just get into it. So the rebels continue their advance towards Homs. If they capture it, it's game over, as I stated in my previous video. So the main force of the Syrian government army is here defending Homs. They have pulled most of their forces from the western Syria. I mean, there is not much here, so it makes sense, and they need those forces here because, again, if Holmes falls, it's game over. Also, the rebels, their uh, expansion here is significant. The insurgency down here was wildly successful. I believe that not even the HTS could imagine how successful this would be. The rebels have managed to capture several military bases and have enough supplies to maybe even threaten Damascus. But this is a developing situation and we shall see what happens. When this started to cook off, I thought that they were maybe like that they would maybe like be able to put some pressure on the Assad regime to send more forces down here instead of to Homs. But considering how much equipment they basically took, they have enough to sustain themselves. They're not gonna run anytime soon unless Damascus can send massive amounts of forces down here, but then they would leave themselves exposed. Also, there are preparations in Damascus for siege. Uh, there are some fortifications being built by the militias. Also, the US forces down here, again, they are carrying airstrikes on like the targets, especially ISIS, because ISIS seems to have gained some limited amounts of territory. The Kurds are continuing their expansion towards here. There was probably, like, I don't have any sources from this, but if I would imagine that the Assad probably wants the Kurds to control this area rather than HTS, because it would appear that HTS wants to totally destroy, meanwhile the Kurds want to like capture this area and then hold it. The HTS forces have seemed to realize this, so they have pushed some of their men towards here to pressure the Kurds to send some more forces to the HTS front instead of sending most of them to capture this empty land. Kurds also stated that there were some incursions of Turkey into their territory, but they said that they are trying to resolve it diplomatically and that the Russians and coalition forces are helping in the talks. Um, the Israel is continuing their bombardment campaign over Lebanon, and the Israeli government stated that they are not going to allow any additional Hezbollah personnel to be transferred to Syria. Again, obviously, Israel wants to prolong this war, and they don't want Hezbollah to have the uh, direct supply line route to Iran. So yeah, that's it. Uh, Again, so just to recap all of this, the advance towards Homs is crucial. If rebels capture this, yeah, the Assad regime is fucked. I don't see them winning if they don't hold this. If they lose Homs, Damascus is cut off, the rebels are gonna take it, and yeah, oh, that's left is gonna be coastline, and I don't know how many troops that they can send here. If Homs falls, the thing that I would expect the Assad forces to do, like Homs is gonna be heavily fortified, and I don't expect the Assad forces to run away from here. I think that they are gonna fight here and that it's gonna be brutal. But rebels have surprised me before, so I wouldn't be surprised if they managed to catch it in like a week. I can't really expect that they would continue at faster pace, but if they are like on the verge of capturing it, I could totally see the Assad pulling off his forces from the southern Syria and putting them on like the coastline and praying and hoping that the war in Ukraine ends and that the Russians can come and save them. But yeah, if that happens, the Assad is definitely on his last legs. Even if the war in Ukraine magically ends, the HTS could probably pull some shenanigans and at least hold on to vast portions of the territory that they have conquered. Even with the Russian support, the Assad forces are gonna have a bloody time capturing all of this territory back. So yeah, that's it. If you like this video, subscribe and like. Okay, bye.